If you're a software tester, I've got news for you. Your job is about to change in a really big way. So today, we're going to break down the essential mindset shift you absolutely need to make to not just survive, but thrive in the world of AI.
All right, let's get right into it. You've spent years honing your skills in a world of predictable, rule-based testing. But that world, it's about to get turned completely upside down. Now, your skills are the foundation for sure, but AI, well, that's a whole new universe.
You know, the first and honestly most important shift you need to make is just recognizing that the predictable world of traditional software is breaking down. We are moving away from that certainty we've all gotten so used to. Think about it. In traditional software, everything is deterministic. Same input equals same output. Every single time. You click a button, you expect the exact same thing to happen. But with AI, especially generative AI, it's non-deterministic. You can ask it the exact same question and get different answers. And here's the kicker, they might both be perfectly valid. That's not a bug, it's just how it works.
So, what does this mean for you? It means you can basically throw out your old test scripts that are looking for exact matches. They just won't work anymore. The question is no longer, did I get the precise output I expected? It's now, did the output fall within an acceptable range of quality? So, how in the world do we tackle this new reality? Well, it requires a completely new toolkit. We're now focusing on challenges that, frankly, just don't even exist in traditional software.
Right. You're not just hunting for 404 errors anymore. You are testing for some really complex, high-stakes issues. I'm talking about things like hallucinations, where the AI just confidently makes stuff up, or major security risks, like a user's private chat history somehow becoming publicly searchable. You're even testing for things like alignment with human values. It's a whole different game.
Okay, so if there's no single right answer, how do you even test for a good one? Well, you use this really fascinating technique called a model-graded assertion. You're basically getting one AI to grade another one's homework.
It's a lot like grading an essay instead of checking a math problem, right? First, you define a rubric, your criteria. Is the answer concise? Is it clear? Then, you use a judge model to score the response against that rubric. And if the score is above your threshold, say 70%, the test passes. See, we're assessing quality, not looking for an exact match.
Now let's talk about another powerful tool for your new toolkit, red teaming. And this isn't about you having to invent every possible test case. No, this is about leveraging the power of the community. Think of red teaming as your foundational security and safety check. It uses thousands of known attack patterns that other people in the community have already found to probe your model for weak spots. It lets you find all that low-hanging fruit and patch up vulnerabilities before the public finds them for you.
Now, as you make this transition, it's really easy to fall back into old habits or, misunderstand some of the new concepts. Let's look at a classic example that trips up almost everyone when they're starting out. So in a lot of these AI models, you're going to see a parameter called temperature. It's usually a setting between 0 and 1. And basically, a higher temperature means more creative, more random responses. A lower temperature means more focused, more deterministic answers. Simple enough? So here's a fun test. What do you think happens if you just ask the AI model what its temperature is set to? It seems like a pretty straightforward way to check a setting, right? But the answer reveals something fundamental about how these things actually work. And there it is. The model will give you an answer, and it will sound super confident. But it's 100% a hallucination. It's just making it up. See, temperature is an external setting that affects how the model generates a response. The model itself has zero self-awareness of that setting. It's a perfect reminder that these things are just really, really good at predicting the next word. They're not conscious. You know, the biggest mindset shift here isn't just about the technology. It's about your role. You're about to go from being a bug finder to a strategic business partner, someone whose work directly impacts the bottom line. And this is where things get really interesting. Your testing now connects directly to the company's budget, because every single time a commercial AI model gets called, it costs money. Sure, a big, powerful model might give you the absolute highest quality answers, but what if a smaller, cheaper model gives you answers that are still perfectly acceptable for the task at hand? That's where your testing comes in. You can provide the data to make that choice. By running a cost analysis and proving that a less expensive model still meets the quality bar, you can walk into a leadership meeting and show them how to save the company hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. This elevates your role in a massive way.
You're not just filing bug reports anymore, you are providing the critical data that influences major financial and strategic decisions for the whole company. So, embracing this new reality isn't just about, staying relevant. It's about giving yourself a significant, a powerful career advantage. Look, you are on the ground floor of a brand new discipline. The standards are literally being written as we speak. The best practices are still being discovered. This isn't about playing catch-up. This is about being one of the people who actually gets to define the future.
So the real takeaway here is this. By mastering these new concepts, you become an indispensable asset. Your expertise is rare, it's in high demand, and it is incredibly valuable. In a lot of meetings, you may just be the expert in the room.
And that, right there, is the power of this mindset shift. You're no longer just the person asking, does it work? You become a strategic guide, helping the entire business answer a much more important question. Should we even do this at all?